back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a pan of arroz con gandule for the holidays, for your potluck at work, friends get together, whatever you want to call it. Your friends are going to love this. Stay tuned for the recipe. I'm going to be showing you a picture slide of all the things that I used. To begin with, recaito and sofrito. You cannot miss this step. It's a staple in Puerto Rican cooking. And then in between that is achotina. It's pork lard color with annatto seeds or achote. It's literally just for color. It's what makes your rice yellow. I have here some salted pork. It's basically just pork fat and it's salted, as you can see there. I took my kitchen shears and I just cut them in small chunks, and it adds a really, really good pork flavor. And you'll see that in the next slide when I start cooking. Here I have 4 packs of sazon with culantro y achote. This is also going to give your food color. Now, I only have 4 pictured here, but I ended up using 8. So that's really up to you how you like your seasoning. I have a jamon paquete, which is ham flavor. We really want this nice like pork flavor. And I have here a jar of pimientos, which is red pepper strips. And I use that at the end of the cooking. You'll see what I mean, but it adds a nice flavor. Next, I'm using white rice. You can use long green, whatever you want. This is what was on sale. I'm using fresh cilantro, and you'll see how I use that. And then these are the seasonings. Cilantro leaves, of course. It's never too much cilantro. Hello. Garlic powder, onion powder, sazon tropical, which is adobo, cumin, some bay leaves, oregano, black pepper, some oil in the back. That's really optional. If you want to add the oil, the pork lard is going to create enough oil for me, so that's optional. And then 2 cans of green pigeon peas, which is gandules in Spanish, but they are called green pigeon peas in English. You can find this right in your grocery store, like in the Goya aisle or your international aisle. All right, let's get cooking, y'all. So here I have my bacon fat. I am going to render it. And I just want to throw out there that I did not use that whole pack of pork fat. I only used like 10 strips, and then I cut it into pieces, and then I froze the other strips. I just want this to render in the pot, and I'm also using my big homie pot, the big one. I'm making 6 cups of rice. You can find that at your local grocery store as well. All right, y'all. So as you can see, my bacon fat is rendering, and it's getting crispy. And once it gets more crispier, I'm going to take it out the pot. All right, so here I'm going to add the achotina, which is the pork lard with the food coloring. And I'm going to let that render down, and that happens pretty quickly, kind of just melts. And because it's lard, it does get very, very hot. So please be careful when handling achotina in very hot heat. Next, I'm going to be adding my sofrito and recaito. Alright, so I am just finishing up adding my sofrito and recaito. And I added 8 tablespoons of each. I'm going to stir this up, let it saute for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. Okay, so now I'm going to be adding my ham seasoning for that extra kick of ham flavor. I'm going to be adding my sazon tropical, aka adobo. Very, very delicious. My garlic powder. Very heavy on that. Onion powder. I actually don't like this onion powder. I can't wait to finish it. It's literally a powder. It's crazy. Next is the ground cumin. my black pepper. Sorry for shaking the camera. My beat up oregano. My cilantro leaves. That was kind of by mistake, but I don't think that will hurt anybody. It would only make it taste better. So I'm just going to shake this up and saute it. And add my bacon back. Get that all together. And kind of just let it simmer for about 2 minutes. All right, so I'm adding my gandules. And I did strain the liquid out. Make sure you stir all that goodness together. And then the next step is we are going to be adding our rice, but I want to let the beans kind of saute in this goodness for about 5 minutes. All right, so after I've let the beans kind of saute in the goodness, I'm adding all of my rice, and I'm going to be adding it all around the pot. And this is 6 cups of rice, and this is a long grain. But you can use medium, you can use like whatever kind of rice you want. It really doesn't affect how it tastes. And now, this is the fun part. We're gonna combine all of this together. And I want to saute the rice a little bit. So I'm just going to continue to stir, but not too much. So next I'm going to add, I like to add more yellow coloring. That's just me. I don't know, I like to be real bright and yellow. So I just went ahead and added some powdered yellow color just to give it that extra kick. This does not have flavor. It's strictly just color. And next thing I'm going to do is adding my water. All right, so I just went ahead and I put all of my water in a pot, and so I don't have to keep doing like cups. So I added 6.5 cups of water. 6 cups of rice, 6.5 cups of water. And just letting that come all together. And my stove is still at a high, and I have not turned on the heat. Just kind of stirring all of this together, trying to scrape the bottom of the pot because there's a lot of goodness on the bottom. And I'm going to let this come to a boil. All right, so at this point I'm adding my bay leaves. The rice is right where I want it to be, almost dried but not extremely dry. So when I add my bay leaves, I'm just going to kind of hide them in the rice to make sure that it's underneath, not showing. All right, y'all, so my rice is ready to go. I'm going to put my roasted red peppers on top of my rice. It's a small jar, and I'm not putting the water in it. Just resting the peppers right on top of that rice. And then I'm going to grab fresh cilantro, and I'm gonna put that right on top of the rice as well. At this point, I'm going to lower my flame to a 2 or low. I'm not sure how your stove works. I'm going to put aluminum foil on it, and I'm going to set my timer for 45 minutes. See you in 45 minutes. So I uncovered my rice after 45 minutes, and this is what it looks like. So now I'm going to flip my rice. As you can see, I'm going in circular motions, and I'm bringing the rice that's on the bottom to the top. And I'm gonna give this another 15 minutes. And of course, make sure that you give it a little taste test to make sure that it's going well. Let's see how my rice is tasting right now. Per usual, good. Here's the final product, arroz con gandules, and it came out amazing. It's ready for your next party, for your friends, for Christmas, Thanksgiving. Trust me, this is going to be a banger. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching my video. If you like this recipe, please follow my page at Cooking with Kelly Michelle on Instagram. Make sure to like my video, and if you use my recipe, please tag me in all of your photos and videos. Thanks so much for watching.